Okay, hello. My name is Christine Carroll, and I am the founder of this awesome team, which we call Team Shine. So for those that have joined us to find a little bit about what we do as coaches, thank you for taking the time, because I know time is precious. And thank you for being willing to listen to what we do as coaches. So really quick, a little bit about me. Just to give you an idea. So I've been a coach for about 5.5 years. And my story's a lot longer than this, but just to kind of keep it simple, I was pretty much at rock bottom, very depressed is not even a word. Like, it doesn't even describe it. It's something I dealt with for probably 20 years, and just got to a really bad place that my husband kind of just said, get out and get some help. So I was diagnosed bipolar when I went to outpatient treatment. And then at the same time, it's just God's planning. Someone had literally posted about what most of us know as a challenge group on Facebook. And I always joke that it's going to be recorded, but it's true. I was probably drunk when I read it and was just like, okay, not knowing what it was. But it was those two worlds colliding together. I cry every time that I started working out, my first home workout program, the first time I drank Shakeology, and going through hell for 5 weeks, therapy for hours a day, trying to fix my mind when I was fixing my body. And it was just an amazing transformation mentally, spiritually, and physically, that I went to my coach and I just said, how do I do this? So no one had to ask me to a sneak peek. I was my own sneak peek, and I was my own believer, and I fell in love with it, and I have not looked back ever since. I believe in 100% what we do. I believe in our business model. I believe in our heart to serve others. I believe what Beachbody stands for, and I live and breathe it, and I don't care, and I'm okay with that. So that is me in a nutshell. So I want to keep this as fluid as possible. So Kim, you want to go ahead and go first since you're already unmuted? All right. So Valerie, we changed things a bit. Oh, Valerie, you look good. We'll explain the tiara in a minute. Okay, so we're going to start, because I will say this. People get so nervous and so like, ooh, money. And I'm sorry, but we are all here sitting on our couches and on our chairs with our electricity on, because we have to earn income to pay for it. So that's how I look at things. It is okay to want to earn income. So Kim is she does an excellent job about explaining how, as coaches, we earn income. So, let me tell you something really quick too. Kim, this is another thing. Kim is one of my Star Diamond coaches. Kim is my oldest and best friend in the world. And that's another thing that's awesome about Beachbody is you get to pick and choose who you work with, okay? So it's not the annoying lady in the cubicle next to you. It's your friend Kim. So I'm just saying. So now she's going to talk about how you can earn.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thanks, Christine, for that introduction. Christine and I used to go roller skating together when we were little girls, because that's all there was to do in our little small town of Lagodi, Indiana. Okay, my name is Kim, and I've been a coach for 4 years now. I'm a wife and a mom of 2 kids, ages 10 and 12. I work my business full time because my husband travels about 75% of the year, and it just makes life a lot easier if I can be home. I used to weigh over 200 pounds, but when Christine became a Beachbody coach, which she became a coach before I did, obviously, she introduced me to Beachbody and introduced me to the challenge groups and the support groups that we have, and through various workouts and changing up my nutrition, I lost 50 pounds. And I'm at my goal weight. And when I signed up to be a coach, I just signed up for the discount. I didn't want to have anything to do with being a Beachbody coach. I didn't really understand what it meant. I just knew that I wanted the discount because I love the products. But as I started to lose the weight, my friends and family were like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look great. How are you losing the weight? And that's when I realized that I had an opportunity to help other people get healthy and feel better and gain more confidence and make an income for my family as well. And so that's how I got started. I think I was just what we call a discount coach for about 5 or 6 months, maybe something like that. maybe not quite that long. And then I got actually into it and helping others. So there's several ways that we actually earn money as coaches. And, you could decide to be a discount coach like I did in the beginning and just reap the benefits of the discount on all of the products. It's not just for Shakeology, it's all the products. Or you can be what we call a hobby coach, which is someone who works the business to make enough money to pay for the purchase of their products. And wait a minute, what does my note say? Oh yeah, to make enough money to pay for the purchase of their products. Or you could be a coach that goes all in, like myself and like Christine, who wants to make an actual business out of it and earn hundreds of dollars, and actually you can earn thousands of dollars in this business. The sky's the limit, really. I mean, it's a completely lucrative business, and the beauty of it is it's your business, so you can do with it what you want. You can just work it a little bit on the side, or you can work it a whole lot. It's completely up to you. So let me share the 4 actual ways that we earn money for helping others in this business. We earn a 25% commission from everything purchased through our website, and it's paid to us weekly. It gets direct deposited into your account on Thursdays. It could be a fitness program that somebody purchases from you. It could be Shakeology. It could be the performance line. It could be pretty much anything paid directly to your account through direct deposit. The second way is what we call a team cycle bonus. And the team cycle bonus is a pretty in-depth conversation that I'm not going to go into the details with you tonight. But suffice it to say that as you grow your team and you advance in rank, Beachbody pays us what's called a team cycle bonus. And we have the opportunity to earn that bonus every week, paid out on Thursdays, again, through direct deposit into the account of our choice. So the third way that we earn money as coaches is through customer leads. Customer leads are given to us by the company. These are people that order through Beachbody's website, through the infomercial, or they call Beachbody directly and place an order, and they don't already have a coach that they're working with. And if you are a coach building your business and you have at least 2 coaches under you, you qualify for these customer leads. Beachbody just gives them to you. They kind of come into the system, and then Beachbody just randomly assigns them to all of the qualified coaches. It's a great deal because these are people that they're just given to you. Literally, they just are given to you. Beachbody says, here you go. Here's a new customer. Now take care of them. So it's pretty great. And the final way that we earn money for helping others is called a corporate quarterly bonus. These are awarded to coaches who have very large teams. These bonuses can be extremely lucrative, but the key is to grow your business by helping others and sharing this opportunity. So that's the 4 ways. It's kind of, I try to summarize it into as simple terms as possible. But basically, we've got a great opportunity for helping others and making this business a lifestyle and an opportunity to help others and earn money for ourselves. That's it.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. One thing I did, it's just something that hit me, and I think if there's some speculation, and like, because Kim said, it's endless, and it's up to each individual what they do based on their merit and effort. But one thing I think for new people that they need to understand is that we're not one of those that as many people as you sign, you get paid, right? You know, like it is, ooh, if I sign you as a coach, I get to pocket some money. Not at all. Not at all. It is based upon team performance. So I just want to be like, I don't pocket a 50 every time someone signs up a coach, you know, whatever. So I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there too, because I know, unfortunately, there's a lot of other MLMs that kind of do that. Anyway, okay. So, hi. Next, we're going to hear from Valerie Lambert, and she is wearing an amazing tiara, and I will let her explain that to you. So, Valerie is going to tell you, number one, why she's wearing a tiara, And number two, a little bit about her and her story. And then she's going to talk about myths and misconceptions, tongue twister, about coaching. So Valerie, take it away.
Okay. Hi, guys. Literally like 20 minutes before we started our sneak peek tonight, I was like asking my husband, have you checked the mail today? And he hadn't checked the mail, and he went out and checked it, and this beauty was in the mailbox. So this tiara, it's kind of like a traveling trophy, I guess you could call it. Because my husband and my kids are like, what is that? You ordered a tiara? And I'm like, no, this is from Christine. This is from our team. And they're like, oh, it's traveling. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. So Christine gives it to someone each month who has met certain milestones in their business, and just kind of as like a fun reward. So I just got it today, and I'm sorry if you follow me on social media, because you'll probably be seeing lots of pictures with the tiara, because I'm going to have fun with it. So like just now putting my kids to bed, I was wearing the tiara, and they were all looking at me like I had 3 heads, except for my daughter, who's 3 and is obsessed with princesses, and she like could not keep her eyes off of me. So that was kind of fun. So anyways, a little bit about me before I jump into the myths and misconceptions. First of all, I am a wife and mom of 4. I work full-time as a school psychologist, and I'm a Beachbody coach. And you might think like how I have time to fit all that in, but honestly, I feel like it just makes life easier for me to be a Beachbody coach with all those other things, because it just helps me stay consistent with my workouts, with my nutrition. I would have fallen off track a million times. Well, I have fallen off track a million times, but I've gotten back on. Whereas if I weren't a Beachbody coach, I would not. I wouldn't do that. I'd stay off track. So how I found Beachbody is actually I was going back to work 8 months postpartum after baby number 4. And I was still wearing my maternity clothes, and I did not want to go back to work in my maternity clothes. And I had seen my coach, who's actually Kim, who talked right before me, post on social media about Beachbody and about 21 Day Fix. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. That seems too extreme. I don't want any part of that clean eating business. And I don't want to buy that expensive shake that is, probably just a gimmick, But I was, desperate. I wanted to take the weight off. So I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. And of course, it was all downhill from there. I loved it. I loved everything about it. Honestly, before I thought it was selfish to work out when you're a mom. I thought you had to put all your time into your kids. And you can even ask my husband, like I literally made him feel guilty when he would want to exercise. And I didn't consciously do that. I didn't mean to do that, but that was just my mindset. And so that's kind of what came across. But I was a relatively healthy eater before, but since like learning about clean eating, I realized that I was eating a lot more processed foods than I realized, drinking a lot more coffee, and I just felt a huge difference by eating clean. And, just learned that I had lost myself in my motherhood by not like paying any attention to myself. All my energy was on my kids. And then by doing this, I found myself again. I felt like me again. I had more energy, more confidence, more self-esteem. And people started to notice. They noticed that I was losing weight. They noticed that I was feeling better. And they asked me about what I was doing. And, I was excited about what I was doing. So I was probably going to tell them about it anyways. And when they asked me about what I was doing, I found that I wanted to help them. I wanted to be the one to talk with them about the programs and help them get started, and reach out to other people like me who were, busy moms who think they don't have time for themselves. They think they don't have time for health and fitness. And I wanted to help them find the time, show them the value in taking care of themselves, and that, it's not how it has to be. You don't have to be a frumpy, dumpy, overweight mom, which is, how I felt before. So that's why I got into coaching. And before I got into coaching, and even probably right when I started coaching, I still had myths and misconceptions about coaching and what it was. So I want to talk with you about some of those because I'm sure a lot of you are feeling those same kinds of things that I was feeling. So I want to put them out there so we can kind of have a discussion about them. And the first one is that you have to be an ideal weight or look a certain way, have a certain look to be a Beachbody coach. And when I got started, I was down about 15 to 20 pounds, but I still had more weight I wanted to lose. as someone on our team so eloquently explained last time too, you don't have to be female. You can be a male too. You don't have to, have tattoos or pink hair. I mean, just look at us here on the phone call. We all look different. You just need to be on a journey. You just have to be progressing forward and be willing to share that with others. And people are inspired by that journey. They're not inspired by perfection. And honestly, like, I kind of shared this already, but it helps you with your own accountability. When you are leading people and you're on this journey yourself, it's hard to fall off track. I mean, it's okay if you fall off track sometimes because, again, you don't have to be perfect. People might expect you to be perfect, but they're not inspired by that. What people are inspired by is when you share those struggles and how you deal with those struggles. So for example, if I have a weekend of bad eating, I share that. I share that in my group. I even might share that, on my Facebook wall and share, how I'm overcoming that and coming back, getting back on track. So really, you just have to have a love and belief in the programs and products as opposed to, be at a certain point in your journey. The second misconception is you have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. And I don't think most of us do not have a fitness or nutrition background. There's a handful of us that do. And that's okay, because our job is to share with people about programs that work. And we are given these tools, and we just have to help and support, motivate, and encourage them to use them. That's why these programs were designed. They were designed by the experts, by the physical trainers, by the nutritionists. So all we have to do is kind of help support them, in the programs. And, if people ask you questions that you don't feel equipped to answer, it is okay to say, talk to your doctor about that. That's really beyond my area of expertise. So really, you just have to have a trust in the programs, be willing to help people follow the programs. And, you can't do the work for them. So you have to just be able to support them, encourage them, motivate them, and inspire them. So I don't know if you're sensing a theme here that really, like, anybody can do this. Anyone can do this. You just have to have, that desire to do it. The next misconception is that you have to have a lot of time. And I'm just going to say, what? Heck no. Look at me. I'm working full time and I've got 4 kids and a husband, and I don't have a lot of time. But you can absolutely do this while you're working full time. You can do this while you're working part time. You can make this a full-time job. You can make this a part-time job. You can make this a hobby. It's up to you. It's your business. You can do with it what you want to do with it. Generally, I would say that you need to allow an hour per day, most days as you're getting started. And then, the sky's the limit. As many hours as you want to put into it. The more you put into it and the more you treat it like a business, the more it will reward you like a business. If you don't want it to put it in those business hours, if you want to treat it more like a hobby, it will give you a good hobby income. So it is completely up to you with what you want to do with it. And you can work it in pockets of time too. So when I say you need to have about an hour, it doesn't have to be an hour altogether. It can be 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there, as you kind of put together the schedule that works for you. And if there's days, when you're busy and you don't have time, that's okay too. It's your business. It's your business. So you get to make those decisions for yourself. Okay. The next one is probably my favorite, is that you have to be an icky salesman to be a Beachbody coach, and that people are going to turn the other way and avoid contact with you, kind of unfollow you on social media. And guys, this is what I love the most about Beachbody, is because, like, some of those other companies out there, that just post those stock photos or whatever and try to sell. Beachbody doesn't do that. They encourage us to share ourselves and not like those stock photos, to share our own story, just like you would share about like your favorite restaurant. So it just kind of becomes natural to share. So we just share us, we share our journey, we invite others to join us on our journey. And through that, we connect with other people and we build relationships. We start conversations with other people. If they lead to health and fitness, that's great. If they don't, that's okay too. We just make friends and connections and build relationships with other people. And we are not icky salesmen at all. I hope not. the next misconception is that you have to have a large social media following or know lots of people or be an extrovert. And again, this is something that is not true at all. And actually, I'm an introvert. I don't like talking in front of people. So, Christine, you're welcome. But all you have to do is be able to connect with people, have conversations with the people that you do know. So if you only have, 100 friends on Facebook, you just have to be able to have deep conversations and meaningful connections with those 100 friends, and be willing to share on social media about your journey and share what makes you you. So not just, related to health and fitness, but, I'm always sharing that stuff about being a busy mom, and I kind of take a sarcastic spin on it because that's the only way I know how to make it in this world. I always share about my food, the good food, the flops that I had last night, with my Instant Pot, that's what makes me me. So that's what I share. So you have to figure out what makes you you, and you share that. If you're a dog lover, cat lover, golfer, crafter, whatever it is, that's what you share, not just health and fitness. The final misconception, and Christine kind of touched on this, is that it's a pyramid scheme. So if you Google what a pyramid scheme is, you'll find that there's no products involved in a pyramid scheme. You get paid off of your recruits. You can never make more than the person above you. And this is not how Beachbody works. And Kim kind of talked about how we get paid. And we don't get paid based upon how many coaches we recruit. We get paid based upon how highly our team performs. We don't get anything for just signing a coach. But we have products that we sell, that we use, and you can absolutely earn more than the person above you. And actually, Christine always says that she wants us to earn more than her. But if you think about how companies are structured, all companies have an organizational structure where, people, higher up make more than the people down below, but that's because the responsibilities are different as well. When you first get started, and Kim kind of talked about, you are just making commission. But then as you build your team, you're making a team cycle bonus, but that's also because you're taking time to train your team and support your team and things like that. Just like in a business, there are salespeople and there are managers and CEOs, and it works just like that. So anyways, to kind of tie things together, all you have to be a successful Beachbody coach is a love of Beachbody, a desire to help people, to add value to people's lives, to connect with people, to build relationships with people, and share yourself, share your journey. But otherwise, guys, anyone can do this. You just have to want to do it. And if you want to do it, we're going to help you get there. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Amen, Valerie. Thank you. That was awesome. Awesome. Okay. And just FYI, if you're a coach, you can be eligible for the tiara. I'm just saying. So that should be like your deciding factor. I know. Okay, so next I'm going to go with Destiny Maddox. Okay, so Destiny is coming from a little bit of a different angle, but I know that there's people out there that are in her niche market and demographic. But what I want to bring her on for is because, like we said, anybody can do coaching. Anybody can do coaching. So I just want to say Destiny is in college, and yes, I'm a lot older than her, but we immediately clicked. It did not matter. She has been an amazing coach. She's been a coach, right at 3 months, 4 months, and she's killing it. The only downside to Destiny is that I went to Purdue and she's at IU. So, but she's such a good coach. I'm still working with her. All right. So I'm just going to let her explain kind of a little bit how she works for business as a college student. So the floor is yours.
All right. Well, like she said, my name is Destiny, and I go to Indiana University, and I'm studying finance, which means that I don't have a lot of spare time because I have a lot of homework. So I didn't have time to get an actual where you have to sit down and go to a job, where you have a set schedule and all that kind of stuff, just because it's so random how you have your homework or your projects. You never know exactly when you could work. And so I guess I'll just tell you a little bit about why I decided to become Beachbody Coach first. So in high school, I was always doing sports and things like that, which kept me in relatively good shape, but I was never happy, I guess you could say, with where I was at. And so in high school, I'd actually bought an Insanity DVDs through an infomercial. And I tried them and I couldn't do them because I thought they were so crazy hard. And, or I just lacked the motivation, I guess you could say. And then, last year was my first year in college, and I definitely gained the freshman 15, and I ate a lot of pizza and changed my lifestyle completely. And so this year I really decided that I needed to cut down on that and I needed to buckle down on losing weight. And so I was like, okay, Insanity, that's how I'm going to do it. And I started, and I kept my motivation, and I lost around 25 pounds, and which was amazing. And so about halfway through doing Insanity, I logged on to Beachbody because they always say at the beginning, oh, log on to Team Beachbody to get your whatever, I don't know, your shirt or your support group. And I was like, okay, I want to get the I did it shirt, So I decided I was going to submit my 1 month or whatever, or just like make an account to where I could do it. And then they placed me with Christine, and which was amazing. And I told her a little bit about what I have been doing and how I love it so much. And I had people on my social media already asking me about what I was doing. And so then she's like, oh, become a coach. And I was like, okay, I mean, what does that mean? And then she was like, oh, well, you need to get the product since you want to be a coach. And I was like, oh my goodness, because I did not have that much money because I wasn't working and I was just trying to save up for the year. And I was really nervous about the initial cost that you do pay to become a coach, just to get your Shakeology and the Beachbody On Demand. And once I was like, okay, obvious, because she told me about how you can just make it back for selling to 2 people, and I was like, I can do that easy. And then I started doing it, and I was like, okay, not as easy as I thought, but you get a lot of potential. It's not hard because you're doing social media, especially as a college kid or younger. We use social media all the time, and so just posting on social media is so much easier than doing anything else. And I remember whenever I was younger, I would always look up online jobs you can do from your phone so that I wouldn't actually have to do anything. And so this is actually perfect because all I have to do is go on my phone and work out, which is awesome. And Valerie talked about how whenever you are a coach, it gives you a lot more motivation, which is completely true, because as soon as you have people watching you, you feel like you can't quit, which is so amazing. And I love that aspect of it because there's been times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to work out today. But then I'm like, you have to. So I really love that about it. And also, I mean, it really, it doesn't take as much time as what you would think, but the more time you put in it, the better rewards you get. So I usually try on the weekends really to go as hard as I can so that through the week I can focus on school, but I'll still make conversations and post on Instagram, which I would do anyway. So I think it's actually really perfect for people around my age because we already are doing things like social media. And if you are wanting to work out in college, this is perfect because you don't have to go to a gym, especially if you don't know the kind of things to do at a gym. You can just do it where you don't have other people watching you that are around your age. And so I really liked that about it too. And you get connected with amazing people like all of these people who keep you motivated, and also you can have great relationships with all of them, which me and Christine have became really close. And I really love it because it's really helped me get out of the college lifestyle to where everything that matters is going to that party or doing something that's not going to actually benefit you. And so I love it, and I think it's perfect for anyone around my age. So yeah, I don't know.
That was perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Except you're gonna make me cry. That was very sweet. I like your new tagline is jobs you can work from your phone. Like, that's just what I love that. I mean, seriously, we all need to say that. Jobs, I love it. We need a t-shirt that says that. Okay, thank you. That was perfect. Thank you so much. And something else I thought of too, because I know some of us are older, but it really hit with me when I was talking, like asking Destiny, because I know she, like I said, she has her own market and this has kind of really helped them. But for people that have older kids, like I know my son's only 10, but you bet your butt the minute he's 18, he will be a coach, because I think it's financial responsibility, it's entrepreneurship, teaching our kids. And so I just think if you have kids at that age, you need to groom them that when they're 18, they're signing the dotted line. Unless you already have 2 people that are coaches in your house, you need to get them an apartment. Okay, so just saying. Okay, so super quick, I want to keep this going. So, okay, Kim has been amazing. Valerie, Destiny, thank you so much. Okay, so the next person is actually in my house in the other room though. Like I could yell at him. So that's Lincoln Carroll, for those that don't know. He is my husband.
Oh, did you fix it?
Okay.
No, why not?
Okay. We got that covered. Okay. So, sorry, I got thrown off. See, this is real life. This is what I love. This is what I love. At least Lincoln's not running around naked. Not my husband, Lincoln, but the other. That sounded really bad. Okay. I'm just going to start over. Okay. So Lincoln Carroll.
Only on weekends.
The man, huh?
Only on weekends.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let him talk quickly. I'm going to let him kind of cover being a male coach, kind of what he does for our team, and then kind of the supportive spouse, kind of like a dude all rolled up in one. So I will leave it to you.
Thank you. So back to the old groups, I guess, old people group. So I think everybody, almost everybody on the Zoom right now knows me, but I consider myself a teen dad. So basically, what I see my role is I am a coach. I'm actually trying to become more of a coach, and I do have a longer term goal to get into it more and more. But that's a different story for a different time. So what I do is I help with the back office a lot. I help with everybody on this team. I like to match people's energy. So anybody on this team, I work obviously Christine's back office all the time, but I help anybody that is dedicated to building a business with their placement strategy, with trying to figure out how to make more money out of the business. Not necessarily on exactly how to coach or how to build the relationships, but more the business side of it. That's what I like to do. That's how I want to help people. Most teams don't have a team dad, if you will. I think this team actually is going to have beginning to have more and more of them. So I see a few of them that are kind of smiling right now. That at least are going to become a team dad in their own house, but we've got a lot of supportive husbands, hopefully who will be doing more coaching on their own as well. So what I would say for the husbands or boyfriends, spouses, significant others, whatever it may be, ask questions. So I didn't get involved at all until about 3 years ago. So about halfway through Christine's or where she is now. I let her do her thing. Was happy that it made her happy. But really didn't ask any questions. She just did. So three or so years ago, she asked me to watch a couple of videos. I watched. I paid attention. And basically, once I did my homework and listened to her, which I should always listen to her. See the bug eyes now. But it hit me that this was a huge opportunity. So that's when I began helping her. I actually did training. I watched YouTube videos. I did everything I could to learn more about the business, figure out how to help her grow, and then began helping the team grow. Several people on this team I help quite a bit when they want help. Some people don't need help, don't want help. They know what they're doing. That's great. But those that do need or do want that extra help, that's why I'm here. That's kind of what I do. I actually work out. I do all the programs, not all of them. I do a lot of the programs with Christine. Right now I'm taking all the performance line. I even like Power Greens now. I used to take it because I had to. Well, I took it. I see Jeff shaking his head. I used to take it with water and I choked it down, but I actually put it in my Shakeology now. And it's kind of spicy almost. It makes like a spicy Shakeology. I don't know. Anyway, but I take all that. Right now I'm doing the 80-day obsession with Christine. And one thing that somebody else said, I think Destiny, I actually, by working out with Christine, we Zoom in the morning. I think there's about six couples or six Zoom windows on screen. Some of those are on here now. But I don't want to quit. I know people are watching me. I get tired. I'm not into cardio. I used to lift a lot, but I didn't do cardio until a year and a half ago, other than run. But I know a bunch of people that are doing the same thing or watching, whether they're watching or not. It does motivate me. It keeps me going. And actually working out with Christine, so even when we're not doing the Zoom, it's hard for me to stop. Christine will pick up the 20-pound weights, and I'm like, crap, I was going to pick up the 10s. So I have to go a little bit heavier. But it motivates me, so that's a good thing. We've evolved over the past couple of years. She's obviously grown her business. We've evolved in terms of how we work the business together. I think Kim said, somebody said earlier, there are different types of coaches. There are discount, there's hobby, there are business builders. And that's great. Whatever you are and then whatever you want to be. For Christine, she has always wanted to be a business builder. And as she has grown her business and done things that I never knew 5.5 years ago that she could do, it's made me change my perspective. She made it public, but this past year, had her first 6-figure income. That just the fact that she's turned it into that makes me want to get more involved with the business, grow my own coaching business. I've started building relationships, kind of recreating the ones from 25 years ago with college friends, high school friends, so that I'm basically building that funnel and that network that I need to go down that path. So I've embraced it because she embraced it. I'm 100% supportive. So anybody out there it's on the screen or not on the screen, but watching, I would just encourage you to ask questions. If you are skeptical or have any questions you want to know, dig in and ask those questions before you kind of roll your eyes and say, yeah, whatever. Get to know it before. So anyway, is that it, Christine? You want me to say anything else?
I think that's good. You made me cry. Thank you. My funny part is I surprised him. He's like, you can do that? Like, yeah, you know me for 25 years. Okay, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. And I know, like, to people that are totally new to this world, you're probably like, what does placement mean? Or what is, like, a lot of it does not make sense at all. And I promise you it made sense to none of us when we signed up as coaches. What I hope that this what I hope this does is make you eager to want to dig deeper and learn more about this. This is the second time we've done this kind of format because I want people to feel our team culture and see that we're silly and see that our kids are going to run around and see that we are normal human beings. Each one of us, I believe every single person on this planet has a story. And part of being a coach is being real and sharing your story with others to motivate them. Like I said, being bipolar, I was so ashamed and embarrassed of myself and like scared of my own shadow for so long. And once I was diagnosed, it was almost like this veil came off. And I talk about it all the time. And that's one of the things, like, Valerie says, yes, I have a dog too. But so you talk about your dog, but it's one of the things I openly talk about because there's so many other women that won't, and they're so ashamed. People are like, but I have to take pills. I don't want to take pills. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Have you seen, let me show you my pill box. If you need to take pills, it's okay to take pills. So it's much more deeper than just like, I want you to press play, I want you to drink a shake, which we want you to do, but this is a culture. This is a community. And I'm telling you that no matter what kind of coach you want to be, or if you decide to be, which I hope to God if you're on here, that means you want to be, because you can see we are super incredibly fun and awesome, that you can be whatever you want and you can inspire anybody on the level that you want to. So, I mean, I love doing this. I would do them every day, but then people probably get annoyed with me. But if anybody has any questions, even if you want to type it in the chat, there's a chat, like if you go down to the bottom of your Zoom screen, you see a chat option, or if you want to unmute yourself, please feel free to ask questions. And I see a lot of men on this call, so that is awesome. So this is your perfect time. And if you don't want to say it, whisper it into her ear and say, hey, ask that for me, will you? And then we can pretend like she's asking the question. But this is seriously a time to, any question at all. Like, I don't care, you can ask me where I got my shirt, because I will tell you. But if there's anything that you want to know more of, or if you don't feel comfortable asking on here, like, you can message anybody. You can message the coach that invited you, or you can message on the event page, whatever it is. So does anybody have any questions at all? I don't care if you're a coach right now and you have a question. Like, you can ask me, I don't know, an FAQ question or something. I don't know. Anybody? Viewer? Okay, this is what I said on the last one. Since there's no questions, I'm going to assume everybody, if you're not a coach already, is going to sign up as a coach. Those men that are in the background checking things out are going to start supporting their people. And if they're not a coach, they're going to be a coach. And this means that everybody's we're going to, we're a team. So welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad to see these husbands get involved and boyfriends. I have no shame. Okay. I love it. Okay, I'm going to keep this, we're going to cut this off. We're at 45 minutes. This is amazing. So this is something I want to tell you too. Even if you're not a coach yet, this is recorded. So I'm going to end the record button here in a minute, but I want to tell you this. Even if you're not a coach yet and you feel like this is something that someone should see, share this with them. Okay? Share this with people that we thought were going to be on that couldn't make it. So this is to be shared with a lot of people, because we believe in this, or we wouldn't be on this call, and hopefully those that are checking it out will have that same feeling. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great evening. Thank you so much for being on the call, and welcome to the team. Okay, bye.